The song that stayed. Emily and Liam met on a crisp autumn afternoon in their small hometown. She was a painter with dreams as vivid as her canvases, and he was a guitarist whose melodies could pull at anyone's heartstrings. Their connection was instant, like two puzzle pieces finally clicking into place. Every evening, they'd sit by the old oak tree in the park, Emily sketching while Liam strummed his guitar. He often hummed little tunes inspired by her, improvising as the sun dipped below the horizon. But dreams have a way of pulling people in different directions. When Liam got the chance to study music abroad, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. Emily encouraged him to go, though her heart ached at the thought of being apart. They promised to stay in touch, to write letters, to call whenever they could. At first, they kept their promise. Liam would send recordings of songs he was working on, and Emily would reply with sketches of their favourite spots in the town. But as the months turned into years, life intervened. Liam's career took off, and Emily got caught up in her work. The letters became sporadic until they stopped altogether. Years later, Emily was now running her own small art studio, her paintings admired by many, but her heart still carrying a faint ache. She hadn't heard from Liam in over a decade and assumed he had forgotten her. One rainy afternoon, as she cleaned brushes in her studio, the radio played softly in the background. A song began to play, a hauntingly beautiful melody with lyrics that spoke of love, loss, and the memories of a girl who once inspired dreams by an old oak tree. Emily froze. The voice was unmistakably Liam's, and the lyrics painted a picture so vivid it could only be their story. In the shade of the oak her colours flew, and I played a tune only she ever knew. We dreamed of a world, her canvas and strings, but life pulled apart what love tried to cling. Tears streamed down her face as the song unfolded, each word pulling her back to those golden days. Liam hadn't forgotten. Finding the truth, Emily began searching online and found that Liam had become a renowned musician. The song titled "The Girl by the Tree" was one of his most famous works, adored by millions. In interviews, he often spoke of a love that inspired his music, though he never mentioned her name. Her heart wrestled with emotions, pride, longing, and a flicker of hope. On a whim, she decided to attend one of his concerts in a nearby city. She bought a ticket, unsure if he'd even remember her, unsure if it was the right thing to do. The reunion. The concert was breathtaking. Liam stood on stage, commanding the audience with his presence, but when he began "The Girl by the Tree," his gaze scanned the crowd. As the final note lingered, Emily stood up. Their eyes met, and for a moment, time froze. After the show, Liam's assistant found Emily and escorted her backstage. When he saw her, he was speechless. "Emily," he said, his voice cracking. "You wrote our story," she whispered, holding back tears. "I never stopped thinking about you," he confessed. "That song kept me sane. It was my way of holding on to you, even when life kept us apart." They talked for hours, catching up on the years they'd lost. Though they had lived separate lives, the connection between them was as strong as ever. The song that stayed. Liam and Emily didn't try to rewrite the past. They cherished the present and the love that had stayed alive in their hearts, expressed through music and art. The song remained a testament to a love that, despite distance and time, never truly faded. Every time Emily heard it on the radio, she smiled, knowing that some connections are too powerful to ever let go.